Hi everyone, we're going to be making a porch, so we're going to be needing to build a monotruss. A monotruss is one, meaning mono means one, so it's going to be 1/2 of a truss. It's going to be in the shape of kind of like a triangle, and it's going to butt up against the house. So here's my pieces. I got a rafter that's 73 3/8 inches long from longest point to point. It's going to have a 90-degree butt up to the fascia board, and then it's going to have the 412 because our roof is a 412 pitch and or 18 degrees. That's going to be our angle. Then we're going to have our ceiling joist. This is going to be a flat ceiling. It's going to be 75 inches long. It's going to have a 90-degree end, and then it's going to have this 72-degree angle right here. And the reason for that is you take your 90 degrees and you subtract it by your 412 or 18 degrees, and we figured that it was 72 degrees. Then we have the support, our rafter support. This is going to be 19 inches long. This is upside down. The 412 is going to be up here, or 18 degrees, and then the 90 is going to go to that, but to that. So there's our plans, and I'm going to show you here. Put our pivot on the end, line it up, and as you can see, there's our 72 degrees. And then the 412, you line it up on your 4, and we figured 15, 16, 17, 18 degrees. And then our 90, here's our 72 degrees, I already showed you. And then here's our rafter, 412. Then turn a little, and then there's our 18 degree. So all the angles are correct, and those are all my pieces to make this monotruss. So let's get building. Okay everyone, I marked this 3/4 inch line right here, 3/4 inches from the end on my rafter, and that is because I can line up the support right on the line, and then the ceiling board will line up flush with the end of the support. I'm going to be using these nail plates here, and I'm going to be using joist hanger nails. I'm going to be cheating a little and using this little palm nailer, and that'll save a lot of arm hammering all them nails in. Okay, so I'm going to line up this end up, and I'm going to be using this wedge here, put it under a little, and the reasoning for that is I can get my gap here tight, a lot tighter. I'm going to have 50-50 on each side, the nail plate, and I want it to be very strong. Yikes. That is powerful. Now, I can do just get this nailed on this side. I'm going to be putting 4 nails on each side, 8 nails total, and I'm going to be using 2 nail plates on either side. Okay. Now, our gap's pretty tight, so I can nail on this side. Always wear safety glasses when you're using air tools. Okay, there's one nail plate on. Now I can go over to this side. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to line the support up on my mark here. And line our plate up. Stick the wedge under here. Just a little bit. Okay everyone, before you use the wedge to get the tighter gap, I'm going to nail the whole one side on first. Wow, this is powerful. This is great. Saved your arm. Okay. There's two. One more, and then we can flip her over and do the other side. Gonna need a couple more nails here. There's a 1.5 inch barb shank joist hanger nails we're using. I'm gonna put it towards the strongest part, but a little bit off the edge. I'm gonna nail it. Put a little weight on it. Air compressor kicked on. And it just shut off. Perfect. Okie doke. Ready to flip her over? We can put on the other three. Oh, I already got one on. Alright. Let me do these on two here. Get her wedge. Two more. These guys. We gotta line up this. Wow, that gap's pretty tight. Okay. Lined up on our mark. Working on the driveway like I am, you might want to use some sort of knee protection, so I'm going to use these pads here to save your knees. And I'm not even going to use the wedge because the gap's pretty tight here. So I'm going to put my nailing plate on. Wow, we got the perfect number of nails. And there we go. This truss is complete, and I'm gonna add this to my truss pile once I'm already built. I need a total of 12, and I'll go up there and I'll show you it on the house. Okay everyone, I'm up on the scaffolding here, and don't worry guys, because this is the scaffolding I've had since I was 5, and I've went to Dad's jobs multiple times. Scaffolding was set up higher than this, and he gives a good watch on me, so I'm safe, no need to worry. But here's the mono truss in place, and see, this will match the angle of that roof. I'm going to be putting a 2x4 purling on, and I'm going to be putting steel on. I'm going to be spacing these 24 inches on center. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is how to build a mono truss. Please subscribe, do something fun, like this video if you found it helpful, and yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching.